Hello there, and welcome to The Only One, your one-stop shop for number one comic reviews. And I'm doing a quick one today because holy jumpin' jackalopes, what the fuck is this, Marvel? This comic is supposed to be a prelude to the Captain Marvel movie that's coming out in, well, early next year. And we're supposed to believe that, well, we're gonna find out some relevant plot points for the movie, maybe, right? It's the lead up to Captain Marvel. Maybe it's gonna tell us a bit about Sam Jackson back in the whenever that movie takes place. Is it the 90s? I think it's the 90s, right? But so spoilers going into it, but do not buy this book. Just it is not worth its $4 or whatever, however much you find it for. It is just borrow it if you have to. But this was the most useless read since I don't know Heroes in Crisis number one, and number two. This is just a lot of pages that are there for no other reason than to fill up some pages to justify this comic book. It goes back to Civil War and before that to Ultron, and there's just uh, there's just stuff that brings nothing new to the fold, right? There's a couple, behind the scenes snippets from those moments, and then there are maybe 4 pages that justify their existence in this book. This could have been done as, like, I don't know, a free web teaser comic style thing from Marvel, and it probably would have worked fine. But in its current form, this is not a comic book. This is just cashing in on hype. The gall to call this a prelude to Captain Marvel, and the bank on the hype that the movie, well, justifiably perhaps, has garnered over these past, I don't know, few months since we got the trailers and everything. Um, so yeah, the art's okay, I guess. It's decent. That's that's a good thing, right? It's yeah, if you're into not at all spectacular art and you want to remember what happened in previous Marvel films and then sort of kind of maybe be told a little bit about why Sam Jackson and Hill, Sam Jackson, jeez, about why Fury and Hill were in that Jeep when shit started going south at the end of the last Avengers movie, and they all turned to dust. Spoilers. It tells you a little bit about that, but it just glosses over what you may want to find out at this point, like maybe an actual intro to the movie, an actual, I don't know, a bit of context to where Nick Fury was at that point, which I'm sure we're going to get it in the movie. And also, this is, I think it's a number one of two, so I don't know what they would do with number two at this point. That's a lot of twos in a row. So I don't know what they would have to come up with now to actually for it to make sense that this is a two-parter. It just I have no idea because it ends right on on the pager that the Fury uses to call up Captain Marvel, and there's nothing in it. There's nothing to tell you about um, the relationship between Fury and Captain Marvel. There's nothing to tell you. There's not really a lot to tell you um, anything about why things are as they are, I guess, or how they got to be this way from the past to the whatever current day the Avengers took place in. But yeah, no, seriously, do not buy this comic. Avoid it like the plague. There are plenty of better things to spend your money on out there with either Marvel or DC. So definitely this one gets all the thumbs down. The one redeeming quality is that the artwork's not bad. We sort of get jokey Tony, we get stoic Cap in it, so those are consistent with the characters we see in the movies. Hill gets to have a dialogue with Tony. There's a bit of Black Widow. There's, it just passes through a short, I guess, a small contingent of the characters and does next to nothing to explain um, why Marvel's coming or why she's the one that was chosen, and it just it fills up a couple of pages and it just takes up another number one spot so that people go, ooh, it's a number one, we better get it. No, fucking don't get it, avoid it. It is not worth it. And that is all I gotta say for now. So thanks for listening to this short rant, and have as nice a day as you deserve.